Is it people slowly walking in front of you? Is it loud eaters that keep chewing? Is it the economy that everything is so expensive while you're getting no money? Or is it that your chicken overlords might not conquer the world before you actually die? Every person has something that annoys them, but we can all agree that the most annoying thing is disconnects and lags. It just kept happening non-stop. Between 2 to 10 minutes, it just happened. I could not even do a single quest without getting disconnected anymore. So this isn't just a normal how to solo dungeon naked video. This is goodbye. This is where I just simply could not continue and rage quit this challenge. Even though I do finish the challenge, but I'm not doing anymore. I wanted to try more, but this was the last drop. Good evening, lanterns and germs. Now you might think about here, why am I not wearing that glowy, epically cool stuff anymore? Well, things happen and it wasn't my fault at all, right? No. I mean, let's be honest, it just held us back down. I mean, our primary attack we couldn't use, auto-attacking. Everything was immune because of it. And now, without this cool, amazing stuff. Without it, we can go back to this. Although I forgot it in the bank, I guess I will not go with this. Good job, me. Now for Maraudon there are two entrances, purple and orange. And the first thing I did is I entered orange, but only solely to do some quests at the beginning, because purple is the way to go. But while I was orange and killing for some quests, I looted this guy. Yeah, my first epic. And my last, I guess. But hey, I got one before I quit the game. Quit the game. But still, how cool is that, right? No, to be fair, it was really easy to skip most fights. Like, I fought like one-on-one most of the times if I fought, and I just walked around the other groups. But this is one of them that I couldn't walk around, which is kinda problematic because it was 2 satyr and 3 little gremlin shitheads. I don't know what they are. Now, the satyrs actually gouge, which is really annoying because they can gouge, incapacitate my pet, and they will all go for me. And since I kinda skipped everything, I don't really have a hiding room, so if they aggro me, it's not good for me. But luckily, Satyr is a demon, and I have Banish, and yeah, Banish plus demon equals Banish demon. Yeah, that's a good math. The next time I needed to kill, well, technically not, because I could have just ran past them, but I figured that out later. Anyway, they had a creeping slash, which decided that they will move as slow as possible in the world. They just couldn't be any slower, so you get the gist. I just killed them and walked away. I didn't even run. Although I didn't realize they can aggro the treants, which kinda made the fight a little bit more challenging because of my stupid head that I wanted to skip everything even though the enemy was just one. Well, now I have to fight 4. Good job me, but luckily nothing really happened. Now for Celebras, the Curse, which is supposed I could easily skip, but this boss kinda looked fun to solo and I also was bored because I kinda wanted to fight a boss. So I start trying him. I wasn't that scared because I could just jump down the fortifier, which is pretty much just an evade spot, so I give it a shot and I was already thinking about the plan, and this happened. Yeah. That's a death. And with that, I got really annoyed so much that I had enough. I'm just done with this challenge. I'm just gonna quit this challenge. So I'm gonna give one shot at the last boss if I can actually make it. I don't get anymore. I am mad. I just so BS by now. I'm gonna use the invisibility potion. You know what? I don't care. I know you can clear it out. I know it's not that hard to not use the invisibility potion here, although you have to clear out the whole corridor instead of just skipping like I did. But I don't care, I'm just gonna go to the last boss. I'm annoyed. Now in the trial that I fought one enemy, the hardest one, if I can actually solo them, but yeah, it is soloable. Kinda hard, but soloable, so it's not impossible to do, but yeah, tried it out, so now I'm just gonna wait for the invisibility potion so I can skip the next group and go to the boss, because I got disconnected at least 4 times more before I actually made it here. This is really fun. Luckily the last bridge was pretty easy to avoid because giants don't actually look down, so I just pretty much avoided them by walking next to them. And for the last part we just jumped with Noggin potion because I bought way too much for Zul'farak, so we just got slow fall and it's time to actually fight the last boss. Hooray! Now she has 3 important abilities. One of them is Boulder, which is just a castable physical damage on a single target, which also stuns, which means if she hits me with that, I get stunned and she gets closer. The other important ability is the Porting. I don't know what the ability is actually, but when she does that, she actually stops and I can gain distance between her and me, and that was pretty much the plan. And I just kited as long as I could. And now you might think, oh, this is pretty easy, you just kite forever, but sometimes she does catch up with me, especially if he throws a lot of boulder. And here comes the problem, the third ability, this one. Yep, Thresh, 5 melee attack at once, which is pretty much just one shot. I do not have any health or armor, which no matter what I do, it just one-shots me. Now I tried multiple times but I just kept failing, and there is 2 reasons why. 1, because I was practicing, and 2, because I had one Sweet Mash potion which I used as you saw on the first try and I don't have any more. Sweet Mash potion is legit the best potion here because healing potion is worthless against this boss since it's just a one-shot, while Sweet Mash potion can manage you to survive one of his Thresh by just simply running away. Now I could sacrifice my pet, which I did, but if I do that, that's literally just the last stand I can do, because if I sacrifice my pet, I cannot summon my pet back anymore, which means no more mana, and also means that all the boulder that the boss throws will hit me, while with my pet I have a 50-50 shot that actually hits my pet, which makes distance between me and the boss, while if it hits me, it does not make distance. Now I did quit, because I died so many times in mid-fight thanks to disconnect that I just couldn't continue. And this is the time I actually broke a rule, and I'm sorry about that, but I had to. I went back to Uldaman. A lot. Because one reason. Eric. I killed Eric so many times just so I can farm Swift Mash Potion, because I have no idea where the recipe of Swift Mash Potion is, and I don't want to use Auction House obviously. So yeah, I just went back, killed it a lot of time, and I know this is a thing that I shouldn't be able to do because of the rule, but I just didn't care, I just wanted to finish. And here's the fight. It was still really hard. And keep in mind, I have 2 cheat death, 3 if I'm really lucky with Fell Domination, but 1 cheat death with Sweetness Potion, and a second if I need is Sacrifice, but after that I don't have any pet anymore for the boulder to soak, unless I get really lucky and manage to summon my pet with Fell Domination, which is pretty much impossible. Anyway, here's the fight. Yeah, I can make this run fight interesting. I mean, I'm just doing what I'm at the best at, running, and that's pretty much it. When it was close, I just used Swiftness Potion or prayed because I didn't want to sacrifice my pet. Yeah, this was the fight. It's kinda coin flip too, thanks to Boulder. If it would have hit me more, then I had to sacrifice my pet, and who knows what happens after that. The boss wasn't hard. Once I got my Swiftness Potion, it was pretty simple. But again, it's in a way a coin flip thanks to Boulder. If it hits your pet a lot of time, yeah, it's pretty simple. But if it actually targets you more, like around 30% of the boulders goes to your pet and 70% will hit you, then you are in trouble. But yeah, that was the whole fight. I guess this is the last dungeon and our goodbye, because this challenge is done and there is no way I'm gonna continue after with this amount of disconnects. I think in this dungeon I disconnected like 16 times now that I'm editing the video and counting. It was really bad, and obviously I disconnected during the boss fight too, which I'm not gonna show you. But yeah, I died like 5 times to the boss thanks to the disconnects. Well, I know this was a short video, but pretty much nothing happened. I didn't need to level, and all I thought pretty much was a boss. Most of the time I just skipped. So I'm sorry that the last fight is so anticlimactic, but this is it. Now, if you want, you can listen to me complain about pretty much the lag and how I'm gonna quit after this boss. And thank you for watching, and I guess see you in the next challenge, which is gonna be Diablo 2 or Warcraft 3. Bye! So yeah, I'm finished with the challenge. I'm not doing Sunken Temple. I don't care. It's so annoying. Actually, I don't know. If... no, I don't think I'm gonna do Sunken Temple. No. I did break a rule, of course, because I needed to get Swiftness Potion. I'm not gonna find the recipes because it's the end. But just think about it. If you can find the recipe, so it doesn't matter. So I just got 10 Swiftness Potion from Mr. Eric. It was really boring. But I went into Uldaman, killed Eric, and did it a couple of times. Yep, we are done though. Yeah, gears check for the end. Bam, 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 boom, boom. Yeah. Ooh. So we're done. I'm not doing this again. I dislike World of Warcraft, not gonna lie. And this didn't actually give me the joy back to play it. So Maraudon is not much to say because I skipped most of the thing. There is 3 groups that you can skip and you have to kill. The first one we killed, and I don't know if I showed it in the video, but if I didn't, it's a satyr group from the purple side. I killed it. It wasn't a big deal. It was still a satyr and 2 or 3 non-elite gremlins. The other ones are the 3 dinosaurs and the 4 dinosaur group. It is possible to kill them. I just lost any reason. I just lost any hope of continuing this after the disconnect. The bosses, I didn't fight almost any bosses. I did try Cerberus, but I quickly gave up because I just disconnected. And that fight, I mean, to be honest, it is possible. You just kill him, dot him, as long as the pet allows you just nuke. Then you jump down. Then you reapply the dots while you're moving. And then you go to the waterfall. You move as much as you can while you dot him. Probably jump down when he's close to dying to evade the trees. So you can kill the boss. If you can loot it though, that's a good question. Now I didn't really look for evade spots. There might be an actual evade spot, but you can kill that boss. The other bosses I didn't even look at. I just didn't care. As I said, I pretty much lost any meaning of continuing this challenge after disconnecting every 2 minutes. That was so annoying, and dying to it is also annoying. So the challenge is done. Sunken Temple is technically a max level dungeon, so I don't have to do it. I did want to finish it since kind of feels weird to stop at level 55. But after what the game showed me, how he treats me, I am fine just skipping it, to be honest, and play a non-multiplayer game or non-Blizzard game that doesn't disconnect all the time. Which is kind of funny because the next game I'm gonna play is also Blizzard games. But hey, thank you for watching. The challenge has been done. The only dungeon I couldn't solo was Uldaman. Every other dungeon is soloable as you watched it. The hardest one definitely Zul'farak, and I would say Maraudon is the one where you have to be the luckiest, because it really depends on the boulder, how much time the boss uses boulder on your pet instead of you, because if he uses it on the pet, you gain extra distance, but if he uses it on you, you get stunned and pretty much the same distance as he casted, and he will catch up if he doesn't fart, and for some reason she doesn't like to fart a lot, at least for me. So it really depends on it, but with Swiftness Potion and with Sacrifice you have 2 chance of surviving the boss pretty much. But if he catches you the 3rd time, and keep in mind for the 3rd time you don't have a pet anymore that he can target, that's where is a problem. Although with Fell Domination, I guess you can have a 3rd pet, especially if you turn Talent Master Summoner instead of I guess the only thing you can remove is Dark Pact, so yeah, 1 Dark Pact and 1 Shadow Mastery. Actually 2 Shadow Mastery. Which is actually kinda sucks, because Dark Pact is your mana, but I mean, it might be worth. I'm not gonna test it out. The point is, boss is dead, challenge done, and we are done with this whole charade. I did use Invisibility Potion, yes, 2 of them to be exact, at the 2 dinosaur group, but I'm almost 100% sure that you can kill them. I just didn't have the power to. I know they have a 10-second silence in melee range, but here's the point, it's in melee range, and if I would have cleared out the way, I can easily kite them. But once again, I didn't clear out the way because I had enough. And instead of skipping the dinosaurs, which I did, you actually have to probably kill them to kite them. I don't think. I got a cool epic shield, I guess, from non-elite elemental actually. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna continue to Sunken Temple. If I do, yeah, I guess, but this ruined me so badly, I just don't even want to look at the game anymore. This was not fun. I did enjoy Zul'farak, but it wasn't that enjoyable since I disconnected so many times. And it wasn't the internet, it was BetterNet. Just the BetterNet for some reason kept losing connection, and I did everything before US said, "Ooh, delete your cache, uninstall the game." I did everything. I uninstalled the app, I uninstalled WoW, I deleted the cache for both of them. I did everything I could, but it did not matter. It actually got worse after that, so yeah. But we did it. How much dungeon we did? Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 dungeon out of 15. That's a good number. And yeah, Sunken Temple. I will think about it, but 90% sure that I'm just gonna say no. I'm gonna stick with the new challenge, which is gonna be Diablo 2. And I already have the challenge in my mind, but I would appreciate if you could give me additional challenges, which is not impossible, like defeat Warcraft with only using one footman type of situation, but an actual challenge. I would be happy if you could give me challenges because, you know, it's easier to get than figuring out a challenge. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you for staying with me throughout this journey. And I know, yeah, Maraudon is something I would not recommend on hardcore because it is a coin flip in a way. If you get targeted too many times with Boulder, I don't think you can survive it. Even with double fell domination pets and the sweetness potion, which is a free cheat life situation. But if he doesn't, if he targets your pet like, I would say like 30% of the time, then you can kill the boss, yeah. But knowing my luck and knowing probably most of your luck, most of your people's luck, 30% is a high amount, even with free cheat. Scarlet Graveyard also something I would not recommend on hardcore. Library was nothing special, that's easy on hardcore. You can there is a lot of evade spot. Same with Armor, there's an evade spot and wasn't that difficult. Reserve and down is just annoying, but nothing special. Zul'farak was one of the easiest dungeon. Uldaman was also one of the easiest dungeon, but you cannot go to the last boss. Cathedral, it's actually fine. It's definitely on the medium skill territory, so you do have to know how to play the game to solo Cathedral without dying, but it is fine. Ragefire is easy. Wailing Care is actually interesting, but I think it's easy. Deadman's once again easy. Shadowfang Keep is the boss before Orugal is actually difficult, but other than that, and everything is easy. But that boss is, I would say, it's a mid challenge. Black Phantom Deeps is annoying with the thrash that can heal, but I would still say it's easy, the amount of evade spot there are. And Nomerangan is definitely on the hard part. That one is hard. If you wanna solo it on hardcore, I would say that's gonna be your hard part, at least with Warlock, but I don't think you can solo every dungeon if you're not Warlock, and if you're playing on Naked as well. And Zul'farak also gonna be on the hard scale. And Maraudon, I would say also on the hard scale, just simply because it's pretty much a coin flip. Once again, thank you for watching. For our last, let's check our gear since I am ending. This was Dead Mines. We sold the Wailing Cavern and the Ragefire gear, so we don't see that one. This is Shadowfang Keep. Let me actually make some space in my bag. I don't care about you anymore. I'm not playing, so you can go out of my bag. So, Dead Mines, Shadowfang Keep, okay, I don't know why it put me. This was, I think, Black Phantom Deeps. This is Scarlet Graveyard. This is Razorfang Crow. This is Gnomerangan. This is Scarlet Library, Scarlet Armory. These two items from Scarlet Cathedral. This is Razorfang Down. This is Uldaman and Uldaman, because I didn't have a last boss, I kept the Dwarf and the Iron Ale. This is Zul'farak, and this two item is Maraudon. By the way, this is a really good ring. So thank you for watching. We have a full bag of blue items now, and Again, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna finish Sunken Temple most likely. This is all you get. But I think if you would play this challenge with a lag that disconnects you like every 2 minutes, you would probably give up earlier. And we also have this cool epic shield that dropped in Maraudon. And I guess I will see you in the next challenge if you're gonna watch it. Goodbye.